श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैव पशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभू कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञात्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। ओम वेदोदधिं समुन्मथ्य ज्ञानरत्नं समुद्रितं येन तस्मै वसिष्ठाय गुरुणां गुरवे नमः। वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। शब्द ब्रह्म की जय। सरस्वती महारानी की जय। जोग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। नहीं, और थोड़ा एडजस्ट करना पड़ेगा। एडजस्ट, इसको इधर रखो, ये ठीक नहीं। ये हुई बात। क्या हुई? बात हुई। बस हुई बात। ये हुई बात। योग वशिष्ठ निर्वाण प्रकरण सेकेंड हाफ एंड 49th चैप्टर। यही कारण है कि तत्वज्ञानी पुरुष जागृत अवस्था में भी सुषुप्ति में ही स्थित रहता है, क्योंकि उस समय भी उसे भाषित हो रहे पदार्थों की अनेकता सत्मात्र आत्मा में ही लीन हुई रहता है। यह दृष्टांत दे करके बतलाते हैं। कैसे? जागृत अवस्था में नाना प्रकार के रूपों से संपन्न होने पर भी तत्वज्ञानी पुरुष एक रूप हो समान भाव से सुषुप्ति में ही स्थित रहता है, क्योंकि उसकी अनेकता सन्मात्रा आत्मा में ऐसे लीन हुई रहती है जैसे नाना प्रकार के सुवर्ण के आभूषण सुवर्ण के पिंड में रहते हैं। He is giving the state of the realized soul when he is unable to see difference in the world. He sees everything as the self, the supreme self, all-pervading self. So he never sees the difference or manyness of the world. He sees only one, all-pervading truth. So he is always awake in the self, and he never has any night, means he never sleeps. Even in waking state, he does not see the world. That is a state of being. He never sees the differences of the world. It is just as he gives the example, just as all kinds of different kinds of ornaments are seen in gold only. The goldsmith never sees the ornaments, he sees the gold only. Once a devotee went to purchase some idol of Lord Ganesh. Ganesh he has to worship. So he thought, why to purchase clay Ganesh? Let me purchase a metal Ganesh. He went to the different shops and went to goldsmith shops also. He saw beautiful Ganesh made up of silver. Beautiful. He purchased it and asked what is the cost. The goldsmith says it is 1,000 rupees. Okay, he gave and brought the statue and comes. By the way, he thought of the mouse. The Ganesh should have a mouse. So he again went to the shopkeeper. My dear, give me a small mouse. So silver mouse was not there. He gave a small, very small golden mouse. And the purchaser asked, what is the cost of it? It is 2,000 rupees. Huh? Ganesh is 1,000 rupees and mouse is 2,000 rupees. How it is? The goldsmith says, my dear, it is Ganesh for you and mouse for you, but for me, this is silver, this is gold. You see the forms in the metal, I see the cost of the metal, the quality of the metal. Similarly, all these girls at the time of marriage, they go for purchasing ornaments. They don't see gold. They see only the designs. What will suit to my neck, what will be beautiful for my ear. That they see, they don't see the gold. So the angle of vision, how do you look at the object, that is important for you. So the wise man never sees all these names and forms, even if he is awake, even if he is with open eyes, he never sees all these names and forms. Names and forms are just like the ornaments of the object, of the gold. Gold is seen by the goldsmith, and the ornaments are seen by the purchasers. The angle of vision changes according to your ideas. So from this we can easily understand how do the wise men look at this world and how do the worldly men look at this. The vision changes, understanding changes according to their ideas. Your ideas are manifested outside, which you call the world. So clearly we can conclude world is nothing but your ideas taken forms. That's all. It is not that which we see. It is only ideas, your ideas. Other example we have seen, one lady is wife of somebody, and same lady is daughter of somebody, mother of somebody, and sister of somebody. All these relations cannot be changed. It is so solid relation. The wife cannot be mother, wife cannot be daughter, wife cannot be sister, but same person appears differently to different persons as they look at her. She go to the bazaar. One person who is a purchaser, he is a teacher in the school, and he is a father in the house, and he is a traveler when he goes somewhere. Same person is behaved or looked differently by in different situations by different persons. So it clearly shows we have relationship with these names and forms according to our ideas which we see in these names and forms. They are not as they look to some person, they are not same to the other person. Your world is different than my world. Everybody's world is different from each other. Don't think as you see the world is same for everyone. Never it is so. So he gives the example just as the gold and the ornaments. Somebody sees the ornaments and somebody else sees the gold only. Similarly, this world which is so solid truth for the worldly people, ignorant people, according to their ideas, according to their daily relative transactions, it is not so for the wise man. It is just one one homogeneous, harmonious, one truth pervades everywhere. There is no differences.
Swamiji, yesterday we had to continue on why we are doing all this.
Huh?
Yesterday we stopped at why we are doing all this and to discuss it if at all it comes later.
Yes, that we have seen. Yesterday we had a discussion on discussing all these, what will we gain? What is the purpose of discussing all this? Whether the world is there or not, what is it matter for you? Why should you worry about it? Your life is going on. You like to continue your life, so go on. But the only cause we want to contemplate over our life, our daily relative transactions, our way of life, because everywhere we see the problems and the result is nothing but worries and anxieties and miseries. If at all somebody is disturbed by it, doesn't like it, only when one has idea of dispassion, no, I don't like it. I am not satisfied with this life. Only for him, only for such a person, one who is not satisfied with the present world as he lives, for him only it is necessary to analyze why is the cause of your miseries or your problems. Unless we discuss it, we don't get the cause of the effect. Effect we see, it is not acceptable by us. One who doesn't accept this, for him only there is need of analysis and contemplation. Why? What is the cause for my miseries? So cause is nothing but changing. Whatever we gain, it is not stable. It is not, it slips away from our hands. The time is also like that. The moment you get something, it becomes past for you. Whatever you achieve at present, it goes to the past. The future becomes present, present becomes past. Whatever we get, it becomes old. Every new becomes old in a moment. And everything changes, our mind changes, our understanding changes, our achievement changes. Whatever we gain, that also gets lost. So in this way, if at all somebody is dissatisfied with the present life, then he needs to analyze the present situation. Why I am getting all these troubles? So trouble is caused by this changing phenomena. If it is stable, whatever we get, either happiness or unhappiness, that will remain with us for a long time. But it changes, that change makes the cycle of everything. Everything gets repeated again and again. So it has no use. because it is not stable. Whatever we want, it must be with us. Whatever you need, it should be with you. That is everybody's choice. If it is get lost, then there is no gain in achieving it. So you may say, in our relative world there is some sayings. The knowledge never gets lost. As much as you give knowledge to others, you share your knowledge with others, it enhances, it never gets lost. So let us have more and more knowledge, but when you analyze it, your knowledge is good for nothing. Why? Because this knowledge, what you think it gets enhanced, it grows, that is wrong. It changes. It changes. Whatever you have known now, it will be something different after a while. So, how we get our knowledge, that we have discussed. When the mind through the senses gets contact with the sense, particular sense object, then we get some information about the object, that is called our knowledge, achieved by perception. By the way of perception, we get the knowledge of the our present world. Whatever we know, it is only through the perception. And that is contact with the object by your senses for a moment. Because everything changes, so your knowledge also, your information also change. So that knowledge also is not real knowledge. It is, that's why we have a name for it. It is not real knowledge, it is informative knowledge, which is subject to change. So, what do you think? Is it of any use? Just like some wealth, any achievement, it changes. It is not stable with you. You are changing, your mind is changing, your relations change, your contact with the objects change, time changes, situation change. So everywhere, everything is changing. So neither these objects nor your so-called wealth, which you think it is the only wealth, that is knowledge, that also changes. So what is unchanging? What is real wealth which never changes? Real achievement which never changes, that is called reality, which never changes. Reality means unchangeable something. Whatever is unchangeable, that is real. Whatever is changeable, that is unreal. And reality has clarity, unreality has no clarity, because it changes. So whatever knowledge you have, that is full of doubts. Have you seen any person who has got no questions? A person without question?
So Swamiji, it is not updated.
Pardon?
This knowledge is not updated. Because the moment we know, it's already out outdated.
Yes. So it has a question how it was. That's how our life is nothing but, the world is nothing but a question mark. And where will all these questions subside? When, how, where, how, when? This, they have analyzed it, these great seers, those who see it totally at a glance, everything together, they have analyzed it and given us this world is a question mark, and it will remain as a question till it becomes unchangeable one. Because of manyness there is a question. When many starts, from different angles they have seen it. If one is there, there is no question. If two are there, then question comes. Questions are made of comparison and relation. How it is. When there are two, then only question comes how it is. Without comparison, we cannot answer the question whether it is small or big, thick or thin, long or short. All these questions come because of two. When there is dualism, then comparison, relations, then the question comes how, where, when, what for. All these questions. If there is one, there is no question. So questions are made out of relationship, comparison and transactions, relations. And this is because of manyness, not dualism. The dualism is the main cause. And from other angle if you see, dualism is the question of question. Because of dualism, it is everywhere there is question. From other angle, where is dualism and where from it starts, where is its origin? थोड़ा रास्ता दे दो भाई, धन्यवाद के साथ। इसमें थोड़ा सा तकलीफ तो होगा, कोई बात नहीं, वहीं से पास ऑन करो सब। From other angle if you see, if dualism is the cause for questions, then where is monoism? The whole world is based on dualism. Am I dual? Question comes here also. Am I one or two? Come on. I am many. Because the moment you see something, you see the many. You cannot see the one. One you cannot see. One is always invisible. Seeing means having contact with the object is by five means. Seeing by eyes, seeing by ears, seeing by nose, smelling, and touch by skin, and taste by tongue. In five ways we see the object. And whatever is seen, it is a process. It is not. It is not steady. It is a process, changeable process. So seeing cannot be by one. If at all you see, it is by a process. Now, if I see something, I am not one. I see objects by five means. Sabda, Sparsa, Roop, Ras, Gandh, by five units of perception or visibility. 5 units. By that we have contact with the different objects by different 5 senses of knowledge. So if at all we have any contact with the world, then that is not a reality, it is a process, changeable process. So you are not one. And who are you? How do you see the world? That also comes as a question. Who are you and how do you see the world? I am the seer. I am the seer. Okay. If you are the seer, what do you see? I see everything outside. So, I have to go from inside to outside. Whatever I see outside, isn't it? Do you see anything inside? Of course, some people see inside, that is inner being, and he is the seer. Here, he is the seer. I am inside. If at all I see myself, then there is no question of seeing outside by 5 units of visibility. I can see myself without these senses, isn't it? That is called introvertness. If I am introvert, I am within myself, then I am the self, I don't see anything outside. The moment I see outside, then I have to have contact with all these senses, and then mind, and fourfold mind, it is not one type. And then also prana should be there, because that is the energy to give a momentum to the mind and intellect and senses to have contact. So prana is a must. So altogether all this group is called body. I am not the body, but I use the body to see outer world. Isn't it? I am the seer, but I see by through the body. Body is a group, and through the body I look outside, and that's how these senses are taken as windows. Windows. They are named as windows. Gabaksh. Just as you peep out outside through your window, sitting inside, and see the outside world. Similarly, this I, who sits inside and has contact outside, it is through the windows. This I is inner being, and the outer process is carried out by a group. That group is called body with all these. And that's how there is a contact, I with the instrument body. That contact makes a dualism. I am not one. I cannot see outside world all alone. I cannot see. So I have to become two only when I want to see the world. So if at all I see the world, I am two, and that two is a contact, contract and contact, contracted contact. I have the contract with the body. As long as body is there, I will use it. So we have become one. The स्टाम्प पेपर क्या कहते हैं उसको, एग्रीमेंट इज रिटन डन. So we both have become one. When this agreement breaks, then only I will be one. Till then I am dual. Understood now? इसी को हम कहते हैं हमारे भाषा में भिद्यते हृदय ग्रंथि छिद्यन्ते सर्व संशयाः. नश्यन्ति तस्य कर्माणि तस्मिन् दृष्टे परावरे. When one becomes one with the absolute one, unites with the absolute one, then the contact between the two, the body and the body holder, inner indweller and the body, they have a contact, they have a tie-up, and that tie breaks, they separate from each other, and the inner being unites with the absolute one, and seeing that one, becoming that one, all the questions are solved and your tie breaks and there is no question. All the questions are solved. Till then there will be questions. Till then. Nobody can answer any question till then. And that is the storehouse of all the answers. That's how I always emphasize upon keep quiet, have one-pointed mind. When there is no mind, then you get all the answers. You can ask your questions to yourself. And when mind gets steadied, all the answers they project out. You get all the answers. With an one-pointed mind, steady mind, in meditation, you get all the answers. That is the storehouse of all the answers. Till then, you cannot get rid of questions. The whole world is a question mark.
Minds are is nothing but the universal mind.
Mind is a changing process. Mind is nothing but a process. Contact process of contact. That's all. That contact is known as mind. And that's how mind is the world. Because we see the world by the mind. Mind is called world is called mind. Mind is a question is called mind. Without question there is no mind. And that questioning is cause for restlessness and having the answer. It gets some answer, relative answers, temporary answers. But all those answers are not quite satisfactory. They change also. Whatever I tell now, it will be something different tomorrow.
Also, your answer will lead to many questions in
Yes, the answers have questions.
already.
See, what is the formula to get the answer from the question? You see, questions are afterwards, answers are first. Questions are made out of the answers. So, if you analyze the question, then you go to the answer. You know, if you have some experience of solving mathematical problems, there are two ways of solving mathematical questions. One from question to answer, and another process is answer to question. Have you ever done it? If we have some time, bring some question, I shall tell you how to get the question from the answer. There is the process. When you want to know whether my answer is right or not, then you need this method. From answer, you have to come to the question. If question is arrived from the answer, your answer is right. Of course, when the questions are made, you must have seen the teachers, they have the answer in the mind, and from answer they make the questions. All the questions come from the answer only. And answer is one, questions are many. So all the answers are got from the one, and many makes the question. Just now we analyzed it. Because there are many, because there are two, then there is a relationship, comparison, then all the questions come: how, when, where, what for. All these questions are made out of two only. If one is there, there is no question. It answers all the questions. This is how the world is a question and the answer is absolute. One. And when we analyze what was our subject,
Subject end of day why we are doing all this.
yes, to get the answers of all the questions. Till then we are not at rest. We are restless. We have so many questions in this world. That's why we are restless. We have some desires. Desires are caused by what? Why desires are seen? Where from the desires are originated? Because of our incompleteness feeling. We feel we are limited, we have some need, some urge there is in us. Everywhere there is some urge to fulfill. That is how we have the desires. And desires are not the solutions. One desire gives rise to many others, just as one question makes rise to many other questions. If you got the answer when, then comes how. If you have got the answer to how, then where? There is no end to the questions. Similarly, there is no end to our desires. And desires are because of the feeling of a need. To fulfill the need, it is called a desire. Desire to have completeness, to fulfill the gap, to fulfill the need. That is how we have the desires. And if you feel incomplete, that is because of your limited ideas, because of your body, your senses, your so-called identity, which is limited from every sense, from every angle you are limited. Your incompleteness feeling is due to this. And that's how you have the desires, and that's how you are always restless to fulfill the desires. This is the life process. Everybody is in this way. This is our life. And the moment you feel complete, full perfection, there is no need of anything. Person who needs nothing in this world, he is the happiest man. I was telling the story of a happy man who has nothing in this world, who cares for nothing, who needs nothing. He is the happiest man. Or else you have to take care of your belongings. You need something. You are dependent. You are not independent. That's how life becomes miserable. And if this is understood and accepted by such analytical process, by taking help of the scriptures or great wise men, by contemplating, analyzing all these words of great people, then we come to the solutions of our problems. That's how we need this. We get the answers of our questions. Our life. Life is a question mark. If you look at the children, the moment they want to, they learn to talk something, the talking starts with question. And what is this? What is that? Why it is so? How it is this? Where it is from? All such questions. The children make you mad putting questions. Because there is a need in the children to know everything. And that's how the parents should always answer the questions of the children. You should not cheat them, telling something. You should answer to their questions. And children have got simple and clear mind, because they don't have all this garbage of the world in their dustbin. Dustbin is new. It is new dustbin, and very little garbage is thrown in it. So go on throwing all your garbage. Fill it up. This is called world. And in the olden days, we have seen some ascetics, some great rishis and saints, you see, they live in the forest. They live whole life in forest, and their children are not allowed to have contact with the worldly people. Rishi Sringa was the example. Rishi Sringa, there was a Rishi Kumar, a boy of a Rishi, ascetic in the jungle. He didn't see the world. He was not allowed to go to the world because he will get worldly impressions. So he was brought up in the jungle all by his father. He didn't see what is called woman. And that's how he was brought by some great dancer, by Dasarath, to have the sacrifice. Then only Ram, Lakshmana, they incarnated, four brothers, because of sacrifice done by Rishyasringa, that Rishi Kumar, the boy who had so much power. Whatever he wanted to do, he could do it. Because his mind was completely clean, clear mind, simple mind. There was no garbage in his dustbin. Huh? Blank. Yes. So this what we get. We get clarity, we get solution for all our questions, we get rid of our desires, we get completeness, satisfaction, that is called contentment, that is also called bliss, full contentment, and that is what is our goal of every being, not only human beings. All the beings, they want only one thing, rest and contentment. That is the goal of life of every being. So that is what we get. That's how we have to see it analytically from different angles, in different ways, with different logics, different examples, stories. That is what we get here. It is not useless effort. It is worth doing. And if not, there is a saying, the only man, ignorant persons, the illiterate fellows, savages, they spend their life, their time by quarreling among each other, by fighting, and by shouting at each other, and entertaining by drinking and making merry. But the wise people, the literate people, man of little wisdom, worldly wise people, they spend their time by discussing scriptures or by discussing some poems and hearing the stories of gods or saints and sages, and they don't spend their time by sleeping, drinking and eating and fighting with each other. This is the wise way of spending your time. This will give you something. You will not lose anything here. Your mind will be sharpened. You will get the answers of your life's questions. You will get satisfaction. You will have solutions of your problems. This is why we struggle here. This is the gain. अरे घड़ी तो इधर आई नहीं है।
10:30
हैं?
10:30
हाँ तो उसके लिए
कल करेंगे।
कल घड़ी लाना पड़ेगा। इधर रखते थे पहले। So now we saw this wise man sees one thing, continuous one thing. He never sees many things in this world. That's how he is without desires, without problems, without questions, always at rest and always satisfied, always at bliss. And the worldly people, because of their vision, wrong vision, changing vision, their desires, their problems, their questions, and their relations, their wealth, whatever they possess, their possessions, all these cause restlessness and worries and problems in the life of the ignorant people. You have to see the gold, not the ornaments. ज्ञानी का वह अवशिष्ट सन्मात्र चित्त रूप ही क्यों नहीं होगा? क्योंकि चित्त के रहने पर ही चित्ती की अभिव्यक्ति प्रसिद्ध है। चित्त का नाश होने पर उसकी स्थिति नहीं रहती, यह आशंका करके कहते हैं। यदि अयथा स्वभाव जाड्य में स्थित ज्ञानी का अहंकार सहित सारा विश्व और चित्त विलीन हो जाता, तब तो वह ज्ञानी जड़ सन्मात्र स्वरूप से अवशिष्ट रह जाता। किंतु यह बात नहीं है। यहाँ तो बात यह है कि यथाभूत चिदेक स्वभाव में स्थित ज्ञानी का अहंकार सहित सारा संसार और चित्त तत्व ज्ञान से विलीन हो जाता है। इसलिए वह सत्व स्वरूप से ही अवशिष्ट रह जाता है। उस समय ज्ञानी का परिशिष्ट चिदेक रस अचिद रूप है, यह नहीं कहा जा सकता है। अतः उस समय चिदेक रस सन्मात्र के परिशेष की ही सिद्धि हो जाती है। Here he gives you very subtle logic again to prove what is the remnants after the world is gone forever. If there is no manyness in the world, there is oneness, then how it looks, what is the remnant, what is in the end, what will be the position. Is that nothing or it is everything? If it is everything, how it is everything? Then when you have negated everything, there is no world, manyness is negated. So, when the many are not there, can you say one? One also is remnants. But if one is there, then there is possibility of the two. There should be two. Then only you say one. If you don't compare with other, then how can you say one? You have to look at the other which is invisible, take it for granted. You have expectation of second, which is not present. That's how you can count one, or else you cannot say one. One is because of the possibility or presence of the two. Then only you can count one. Or else you need not count one. When you start counting, how do you start? 1, 2, 3, just like this. So when you count, then only comes one. If you don't count, where is one? And how do you count? When there is many, then only you count. Are you getting the point? If there is nothing, you don't count. If there is something, if it is not many, then also you don't count. For example, if you are all alone in some solitary place, all alone, there is nobody with you, what do you say? Do you speak to yourself? Mad people speak. they, they talk to themselves. They shout and they dance. But one has no need of telling, I am so and so, my name is so, I am from that place, I am one, I have nobody with me. All these are not necessary. All these are because of a relationship, because of dualism. These are needed when there is two. In oneness, all these are not necessary. It is not done in our daily life. Nobody, there is no need of all these. When there is truth, then only there is question of comparison. Then only all these identifications come. So if you are all alone, you are not counted as one. Nobody says, you are also, you don't say yourself, I am one here, I am all alone here sitting. There is no such need. So, absolute silence. Silence is the language of one. Though you are, yet there is no expression of yourself. Your presence is there. It is not expressed by counting or by any way expressing yourself, by identifying or by recognizing, by naming or forming. Your form also, your name also, your count also, nothing is required because you are present all by yourself. Presence has no all such needs to be expressed. So what we come to conclude, one without a second is not expressed. It is unseen, unknown and unexpressed. Nobody knows. If somebody sees you, then only you are recognized, or then only you are seen and visible by someone. When there is two, then only it is necessary and it happens to have, I have seen him. There is question of proof and proved. Proved object and prover. Somebody has to see you, prove you are existing. You see, in Indian system, our after retirement, the the government servants they get pension. After old age they get some help after retirement. And when they go to the treasury to draw their pension money, the treasurer asks the proof, you are alive. Give your proof of you are living. A doctor should give you proof. Yes, he is alive. Then only you will get your pension. क्यों साहब यह है ना?
Also, yeah,
हाँ?
medical नहीं मांगते हैं. Once a year we have to submit.
वही तो मेडिकल अगर कोई नहीं आए तो आप जो पहचानता नहीं आपको नहीं आप कहीं गए कहीं दूर कहीं जहाँ आपको कोई नहीं जानता है तो वो नहीं मांगेगा सर्टिफिकेट यू आर सो एंड सो
नहीं डॉक्टर सर्टिफिकेट नहीं मांगते. तो सर्टिफिकेट होगा ही.
कोई भी तो सर्टिफिकेट चाहिए ना some certificate is required. Somebody should certify that you are so and so, you are alive. Death certificate doctor gives because he has died. Doctor only has to certify that he is dead, or else he is not yet dead. So certificate is required, proof is required. The whole world stands upon proof. And proof is required when there is two. If one is there, he is the prover, he is the proof, he is the proving process, certifier, certificate, and certifying process. Everything is he. There is no need. So what we want to discuss here, he says, when absolute one remains, means is present without the second, then how it is to be recognized? What it is, how it is? Is it nothing or it is everything? That we have to see by logic. There is no need of any certificate, but logic will prove it. The advocates should be brought. They will prove it. He says, there should be some substratum for everything. Without base, there cannot be any building. There should be foundation. There should be some base for everything. To have any action also we have seen adhithanam tatha karta karanam cha prithak vidhan. The basement, the stage is required to stage a drama. The stage is required where to play the drama. There should be some stage. anything happens, it should happen on a platform. That platform is required everywhere. Every action has to have some substratum on which it is to be executed. If the car has to run, there should be some road. Then only it will say, you may say, no, the car may require a road, but plane does not require any road. It, it, it runs in the sky. Sky also is substratum because of air. When there is no air, you may say no rockets. Uh, the lunar that instrument, it goes where there is no air also. But it has to have some support. Otherwise it cannot move. For movement something is required, some platform is required. Whether it is shuttle or grass, that is different. Platform is required. On something it has to move. So sound moves in the sky. That's how sky is called the substratum for the sound. The waves, they travel in the ether. And that is nothing but the imbalanced state of the balanced ether. That is called sound. So, the truth, if it is all alone without a second, it should have some substratum, some holder. Who holds it? Now we come to the logic. If two are there, then only one has to prove the other, and one is support of the other. One becomes the platform for the other to stand. If it is tall, this tallness stands upon the smallness of this. Isn't it? This compared with this, its comparison stands upon this. If this is not there, there is no comparison, it cannot be said tall. Nothing can be said. So, this proves for the support. Support means the substratum. Support means one who supports you, that is, you depend upon him, that is yours. That is your base. You stand upon that. So that is required when there is two. One is support for the others. That's how we have just now we saw. If two is there, then one has to prove the other, then the other is certified or it is proved. If one is there, there is no need of any proof. It proves itself. So it is called causeless cause. If there is an effect, there should be cause. Cause and effect is the process of our creation. Cause and effect, action and reaction, because it is two, because everything is dependent upon each other, relatively understood, relative world, where there is absolutely one. So there is no need of any support, because it supports itself. Just as you are all alone in a secluded place, There is no need of proving you to yourself. You need no proof for yourself that you are existing, you are alive, you are there in the place. You need not you don't need any proof for yourself. For others, of course, there is a need, whether you are there or not. For yourself, you don't need anything. You know you are existing, you are there. You are proof for yourself, isn't it? You don't depend upon others for your existence. You do exist and you know it. That knowledge, how do you know? That knowledge itself, which we know as knowledge or awareness or a state which is not the existence. Say, I am sitting here because I am alive, because I am sitting here, I know it. That's how I don't need any proof for myself to know that I am existing, I am sitting here. But I know it. That knowledge is my proof, isn't it? If I don't apply that knowledge, there is no question of my existence or non-existence. That knowledge itself, which we call awareness, I am aware that I do exist, I am present here, my presence is aware of. That awareness is known as self-knowledge. Self-knowledge. I know I do exist. So that knowledge, if that awareness is not there, then there is no question of my existence or non-existence. Very subtle point. You have to mark the point. If I exist, I am not aware of my existence. Just as a dead body or a person in deep sleep. In deep sleep, we do exist, but we are not aware of ourselves. Ourself means here in deep sleep, ourself means we mean the body, because body is silent. Mind is not working with the body. Mind is silent. That's how we are not aware of ourselves, means we are not aware of body. But when we get up, we are aware that we are aware. We knew that I was sleeping. I was present there. That awareness is recollected when we get up. That shows that awareness was there, but it was covered up. Covered up means covered up by the body or the mind, knowledge of the body and mind. They were absent. Body was absent, mind was absent. That's how the awareness of body and mind, it was covering the awareness of my presence. When the body and mind got activated, then only that awareness was recollected. Isn't it? That shows In the deep sleep also, awareness was there which was not aware of. Knowledge was there, but knowledge was not aware. I was there, I was not dead. My presence was there, but I was unaware of my presence. I got to know that when I woke up means when the mind, intellect, etc., they started working. They got the memory. This mind, what acts in this way, this is called fourfold mind, one gross wave of thoughts, thought waves, that is called mind, and subtler thought waves which are decisive, they are together called decisive intellect. Intellect decides everything, subtler than the mind waves, and still subtler than this, which is with all the wave I am, that is called ego. And all these three are dependent upon some substratum which is called subconscious mind. That subconscious mind, when it is activated, then we are aware. When it is not activated, it is in a dormant state, that is, we don't know who are we and what we are. The example of this chitta, subconscious mind, is given with the seed. The seed has the awareness of the future plant in it. In a dormant state means it is covered up, in a sleeping state, just as we are in deep sleep. We are not aware of ourselves. Similarly, the future tree is sleeping in the seed. It is not aware of its future project. And when the favorable conditions are available, that means that sleeping state is activated, dormant state is activated, then it starts the process. Here, this chitta is taken as, subconscious mind is taken as the seed. The awareness is there, but it is not activating. That is in deep sleep. But the same awareness is aware of when it is in meditation. It is called positive, and deep sleep is known as negative. The awareness is there, but in meditation mind is not working. Mind is at rest. Body also is not working. Senses are silent. And sometimes prana also stops working. And yet you are aware that you are existing. You are aware of yourself. And there is no time, no space, no body, no senses, no mind. Nothing is there in meditation. And when you come to the mental level, then you know, oh, so much time I was unaware of time. Oh, just I sat now and 2-3 hours have passed. So, it shows that in meditation you are aware of yourself, your presence, and in deep sleep you are not aware of your presence, and this is the difference. But you are always present in negative state, deep sleep, and positive state, meditation. Both you are there present. Your presence cannot be denied. Okay?
Swamiji, can we call these two states like gold is gold को जब पिघला देते हैं, क्या हम उसको ये बोल सकते हैं नहीं?
बोल सकता है, क्यों नहीं बोल सकते हैं.
Moment we wake up, we become ornament, and moment we are in deep sleep or deep meditative state, we are in a
We can give the example of a mold. Mold is the chitta. All the impressions are there. When it is activated, that means the gold is put on the mold. Any mold, it will give the form. Impressions are there. Impressions are called mold. So, we have to discuss it very minutely. Tomorrow also we can see it. That presence of the presence or awareness of the presence is a must. Then only it is proved that it does exist. Without that, there is no question at all. Whether the truth is there, who will talk of that truth? How to explain it? How one will get to know it? Some indirect method we use for knowing it, isn't it? Because it is beyond the language, speech, or mind, or intellect. So all these act as indirect methods. And because it is aware of awareness, then that awareness will be proved by different indirect methods. Then only we know that something is existing. समझ में आ रहा है कुछ? Are you able to get the point? Another example we can give from seed example, you can have that idea. The presence is aware, but it is in a dormant state. Awareness is there, but it is in a dormant state, it is not activated. It is in a sleeping position. But when it is aware of itself, then the activation starts. It wants to multiply. All the process will start. See another example we always give. I am sitting silently. Now I want to get up and go. Before getting up, there is a momentum of getting up. There is an idea of getting up, isn't it? A momentum. उसको हम कहते हैं चेष्टा. A tendency to get up, a momentum to get up. That momentum is before and after the sitting and before getting up, in between. Other example we give. Your unconscious state, your coma state. How is coma state? Are you dead or you are alive? You are somewhere in between. Neither you are dead nor you are alive. that coma state is in between that both. That is called sandhi, a gap between the two. That is the borderline. From that also you can have some idea how that chitta without vrittis, without functioning, how it does exist. It is not non-existing, it is existing. चित्त वृत्ति निरोध होने के बाद चित्त रहेगा और उसको रहना जरूरत है. वही तो स्टेज है जहाँ सारा ड्रामा खेला जाता है. Whether the drama is played or not, the stage is required. Any moment, any party will come and play the drama. Huh? This we shall discuss still elaborately tomorrow. Today go on contemplating over this juncture between the existence and projection of the existence in between. That state is a must. Without that, it cannot be expressed.
It's like a division.
Pardon?
It's a division.
Yes, the
Taking
state in between two. उसको हम कहते हैं, दूसरे रूप से भी कहते हैं, we call it संबित. चित्त भी कहते हैं, चित्त without vrittis. And that you can understand from another example. Say the sun rises on east on some mountain peak, isn't it? You see the sun on the mountain, but do you think the sun comes out of the mountain? There is a gap between the sun and the mountain peak, isn't it? There is a gap. That gap you know. Everybody is aware of it. That awareness is called in-between gap. Sandhi, that is called the awareness. Everybody knows that there is some space in between the sun and the mountain top, which is not seen, no proof, but yet it is proved by itself. That is called awareness. संबित इसको कहते हैं. Got the point? There is something in between, which is, it cannot be proved, but it is known. That is called awareness.
the gap between our breathing.
Everywhere there is a gap.
Because of that.
That's how Lord Vishnu is called Sandhiman. When he becomes the world, then he is called Sandhiman. He has such gaps in himself, which is seen as the world, which makes himself as many. That's how I am one, let me be many, or let me see myself as many. That's how the Vedas express this world. The world is nothing out of the Lord. It is His body, and He becomes many in this way. Every two has got a gap. That juncture is known as, it is of both type. It is presence and absence both together, because see, in between there is a gap between the two, and that gap has relationship with the two and non-relationship also. It makes it different from each other. Both way it is there. संधि जो है, जो गैप है, वो संसार का भी है और परमात्मा का भी, दोनों को जोड़ने वाला दोनों रूप में है. दोनों रूप नहीं होगा तो दोनों को जोड़ नहीं सकता है. समझ में आ रहा है कुछ? नींद आ गई? You have to go to that depth. This logic is very subtle logic. You have to follow it. Then only we can understand this logic. He says, Chitta without vrittis. When we say Chitta vritti nirodha, the functioning of Chitta stops by yogic method. We stop our mind. Mind means prana also, and the whole process of activeness. Everything, all the thought waves, everything is stopped. So what happens in the end? What is that remnants? He is trying to prove you, give an idea, explain you what is called remnants. Is it nothing or it is everything? That we have to see. What is the remnants? When you have negated everything, there is no question. So nothing will remain. No, it is not nothing. It is something which is everything, but which is not expressed as something. Just as the gap between the mountain and the sun, it is not expressed, it cannot be proved, but yet it is known to everyone. There is a gap. Similarly, between any two, the world and the absolute, between the two, there is a borderline. Is there no LOC between Pakistan and India, Nepal and India, Bangladesh, Ceylon and Tibet? Can it be different than the other without a borderline? Every two has a difference, and that difference is to be understood thoroughly. What is that difference? Sandhya. So this principle, differentiating principle, that is the root cause of the whole creation. Without that, there is no creation. In the very beginning, there was one, and that one became many because of this dividing, differentiating process. That is called Sandhya, the gap, the juncture between the two, which is the cause for the creation. Sandhya. इसके ऊपर एक सुंदर कहानी है. ब्रह्मा जब सृष्टि शुरू किया, हाँ आप इसको बजाना 10 मिनट के पहले. अभी क्या हुआ टाइम? 11:10. अच्छा. So tomorrow we shall see this factor again analytically to have it clear, have it with clear understanding. What is this? Which is something, which is everything, and it is not nothing. When we talk of remnants, when you go on negating everything, then nothing will remain in the end. That is not nothing. That is everything. That is to be proved. That you must understand. कल देखेंगे इसको फिर दोबारा. हरि ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. सद्गुरु भगवान की जय. सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय. शब्द ब्रह्म की जय. सरस्वती महारानी की जय. जोगवशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय. हरि ओम.
Swamiji, are you suggesting that this gap we should become more and more aware of it? Are you suggesting that we should become more and more aware of this gap?
जी जी साहेब. और वो अवेयरनेस गैप का अवेयरनेस आ गया तो दो में कोई मतलब नहीं रहेगा.
You say mind the gap.
हाँ, if you are aware of that gap, then there is no importance in connecting to you. And that gap also is of two kinds. One is hanging between the two, oscillating between the two, that is called question. And another is continuous, which is not a question, but it is connecting everything together, uniting. That is the bridge between the two, uniting. And another is hanging between two, which is putting the question, how is this, how is the relationship. Both the types are in between, positive and negative. One makes a question, other gives the solution. In between.
Isn't this, Swami, the difference between some of the Buddhist sects? This is the difference between what some Buddhists believe and what the yogis believe? That's the difference? Emptiness or something? Fullness?
I could not understand.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. A different note. The
बुद्धिस्ट
train.
और योगी का डिफरेंस जो है आइडिया में उसको पूछ रही है.
अच्छा. There is difference in all the religions.
Right, but
In the end, there is difference.
see, yeah.
Beginning, everybody, they are somewhat equal. But in the end, in the conclusion, they differ. Because it is so subtle. People don't go to that peak. Yoga, Patanjali Yoga also, it didn't explain anything about it. It kept quiet. Buddha also didn't say anything about it. That's how Buddha is taken as Sunyavadi. He didn't say anything about the Absolute. Because he knew when you reach there, you will understand. You will get it. And one who wants to only argue, there is no argument on that. That's why he kept quiet. Patanjali Yoga also keeps quiet there because there is no gain in argumenting and fighting with different schools of people. There is no gain. One who tries, one who practices, and after negating everything, one who reaches there, then he will see everything. He will understand. Why to argue? Before reaching Gangotri, your goal is Gangotri. Before reaching Gangotri, if you go on arguing over the track and map and all these informations in the travelers pocket book, it is unnecessary. When you go, you will see everything by the way. You will experience everything. And how is Gangotri? When you reach, you will understand. For a practical man, there is no need of all these. Only some directions, some guidance is given on the way. That is what yoga does. And our Lord Buddha said, eight paths, 8 steps. Go on with it and you will reach the terrace. When you reach there, you see everything. What is visible there, then only you will understand. When you reach the terrace, first of all, you have to climb the staircase. These are the stairs. So, there is difference in opinion. Some are silent, some explain it differently because language differs and from different angles people look at the terrace, the peak. So language also differs and vision also differs, expression also differs. There are differences. But once you have understood it, then you will not plunge to fight with people. Once you have understood it, then it is, you can tread your path. No need of having any doubts. This is the purpose why we go to such subtle arguments. Of course, here sometimes we go to such depth, or else we talk of stories and common arguments. But Tripura Rahasya, if you go through it, every sentence something, some logic you will find, and you have to sit and think of it at least half an hour, 1 hour, then only you can understand the subtle logic, how this world is working, how the truth is supporting aid to the whole world, not only one, innumerable worlds. They appear and disappear, and how one should, after knowing all this, experiencing how one should behave, how does one behave, should or should not is not a question. How does a man behave? All these are given with subtle logic. We have to apply logic. Always these examples will not satisfy all our questions. We have to apply our logic, but in the end, logic cannot enable you to reach the goal. You have to give up logic even in the end also. You must know what is eminence by logic, and then you have to give up logic. Then you remain in the end. Anyway, tomorrow we shall see. जी प्रणाम भाई प्रणाम, जय गुरुदेव। दिमाग खराब हो जाता, मजा नहीं आ रहा ना। हरि ओम। उधर ही मजा नहीं आ रहा है क्योंकि दिमाग वहाँ